Hi guys, Tunes back again in another mastering tutorial. Feel free to like this video or even subscribe to my channel for more videos, more tutorials about mixing and mastering. And we are talking about mastering in this series that I've been doing. If you look on my YouTube channel, which is Tunes, feel free to watch the first videos I made about tape saturation. Today we are looking at EQ at a mastering level, and I'm going to give you two ways on how to approach EQ when mastering. But first and foremost, I'm going to do the basic kind of EQ just to get you started, and in my next video I'll be sharing into in depth on how to EQ for mastering. That is, if you've advanced from this particular level that I'm going to show right now. Okay, we're still dealing with the same song. We are working with the same song by Casey. Beautiful song. Let's listen to a climax of this song, just a small part. EQing in mastering. Number one, if you are going to EQ more than, if you're going to knock out or boost more than, should I say 3 dB or 4 dB, then that simply means in that particular area, there is a mixing problem. Only if you cannot access the data, the project, the mixing project, or you can't access the mix engineer, only then can you go ahead. But otherwise, if you find such a problem whereby you have to cut 8 dB or boost 7 dB up, that is too much EQ for mastering. Just know the problem is in the mixing. So you'll have to go back to the mix and find which instrument or which frequency in that particular area that is causing you problems, and then deal with it at the mixing level. Otherwise, at the mastering level, there is corrective EQ, but it should be minimal, not too much of it. And I'm using a graphical EQ whereby you can see what's taking place where, which frequencies are resonating so much. And I'm just using this particular EQ, which is the F6 RTA. RTA standing for real-time analyzer, which is a very new dynamic equalizer, which is something which I'll also look at later, dynamic EQ when mastering. But now we are only looking at the equalization side of it, not the dynamic part of it. So you can use any EQ you have out there. Feel free, you don't have to have this particular one here to work. When approaching mastering, before you boost anything, first look for the frequencies that you don't want and remove them. Don't rush to boost, I hear this is missing, or this is missing, or this is missing. No. First look for what is there that is not supposed to be there. Get rid of that, and then start boosting where you feel something is still missing. You will be amazed at how some frequencies will be more pronounced without even me boosting them. But just because I removed these particular ones here, you'll find that these ones will be more predominant. So you'll feel that the song is a bit more harsh and hot. But if you didn't know that, you'll easily crush here and then boost this frequency here because you want to get some more of that 2K frequency, 4K frequency. So let's try to see what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to first try and remove the frequencies. So what I would do, I'll do a sweep. Those who have watched some of my videos before on YouTube, you'll find that I love the sweep effect, the sweep technique. It really helps. Helps you find those frequencies that are resonating negatively, that are really hot and harsh, and then pull them out. But remember, right now we're dealing with mastering. So I'll make I'll make a narrow Q, okay, and I'll boost up to around. I don't have to over boost it. I'll boost up to around 4, something like that, 4 dB up, and then I'll play the song. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to solo this particular frequency, and I sweep through that range to see which frequency in that area is being problematic. Okay. Right about there, I feel there's something, but it's very minimal. It's not too much because in the mix we dealt with all these frequencies. So now at the mastering level, we're just trying to find those remaining unwanted frequencies so that we deal with them. Okay. So if I unsolo it and play together, there are some reverb kind of effects right there that were disturbing. So I'll just pull them down. I'll just do like 1.5 or 1.5 dB. Not so much. You see the small cuts actually, but they make a very big difference, a very big impact. So let me try to bypass it as I put it back to hear a difference, if I can hear any difference. There is a difference, but it's very, very minimal. You may not be able to hear it simply because your ears are not yet tuned to hear such things, but you can practice them. You reach a level whereby you can easily hear 1 dB cut or 2 dB boost. You can easily hear them. So I feel there's a difference there. And again, I'll go to another frequency and find out. So right there, I feel the piano, the E piano. For those who know instruments, there is what we call an E piano. It sounds like a pad. So I easily hear it here. It has that frequency that's really kind of disturbing. So I'll solo and try to listen to it in solo. Right about there. What I do, I'll cut them out. I'll just cut it. This one was kind of too much. I'll go up to around like say 2 dB cut, and I'll make it kind of a wider curve than the previous one, just because I felt it's covering kind of a wider space, a wider spectrum. Okay, so I listen with all the music in. Now, if I bypass, you feel like the song is more laid back a little bit, okay? And when I activate the plugin, you find that it gets some more life and a little bit of more shine in the 2K, 4K area here, just by removing these small dB, a difference of 5 dB at different places. Okay, so again, then again I'll go to a different frequency and look for the same. Okay, so I'll pull it up. I'll make a narrow Q, go up to around 4 dB. Right about there. I feel that also needs to come out a little bit, and I'll pull it down by 1.7 dB. I'll play all together. If I bypass. Now we feel the vocal has gone back inside just a little bit, simply because there's in this particular frequency here there is so much prominence of the vocal in this range here These are some of the frequencies where the vocal is really well pronounced. So that's why you feel like there is a pullback, but we shall get it back at a certain level. So I'll leave it there. I'll make this cue quite a little bit smaller because I don't want to go much on the vocal because it sits right there. Remember, we're dealing with mastering. Okay. Sounds beautiful, sounds amazing already. I feel I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm loving it. And I don't hear any bad frequencies out here, but let's just try and sweep through and find if we can get some frequencies there that are really, really disturbing. We go again, say 4 dB. Now, these frequencies here, between 1K and 8K, are what we call the hot frequencies. Oh my God, these are the frequencies that really disturb, that are so piercing and make someone's head ache whenever they're listening to loud music. They make someone's head pain. So in mastering, these are frequencies you must pay attention to, mainly. So I feel that's there, but just for the sake, let me just cut out just a little bit, just say 0.9 dB, just a little bit, because it's not so much there. I feel in the mix we got something right. Now, because we got a very good mix, we don't need to boost anything here, because I feel it sounds very much well balanced. I feel the highs are enough, the low is just enough. I don't have to boost anything. So sometimes you don't have to do too much to get the right thing. So oftentimes we always do things just for the sake. And yet sometimes you don't need actually to do anything about something. Just have to let it be because it already sounds good. So I would even be very happy if I didn't touch anything when I'm mastering and just send me the song and I find it sounds good. I just put some color and raise it and send it back to you, and I'm like, hey, it's done. And you feel like it sounds, and you hear it sounds so good and so beautiful. Yet actually, I did not do any corrective EQ. Okay, so for this particular song, I feel this EQ is just enough. Correctively, what I mean by corrective EQ is trying to get out some problematic frequencies. So Anel Tunes, guys, feel free to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and keep watching, because next I'll be doing still another video on EQ. So guys, see you in my next video. Bye bye.